Our beginner's bossa bassline for today is Blue Bossa by Kenny Dorham. This bassline was composed with the complete bossa nova bassist in mind. This tune is perfect for bassists wishing to get into the jazz bossa style. In this line you'll learn the basic bossa groove as well as one or two simple variations that we can play to help break things up a bit. Alright, that's enough of me talking, let's get into the bossa nova bassline.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
So, first off, let's start with the standard jazz bossa rhythm. Bossa nova is played with straight eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rhythm pattern is a dotted quarter note followed by an eighth note, which would sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. This is a very versatile rhythm type and one that you've probably learnt before. In rock circles, it's often called the classic rhythm, and it's called that because it's used to lay the foundation for so many classic rock bass lines. Practice counting the rhythm while playing it. Say the beat numbers and the ands like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. So that's the rhythm taken care of. Next we need to discuss our note choices. The most common way to outline chord progressions in the bossa nova or Latin jazz styles is by using the roots and fifths. On the bass, there are two patterns you should know. First is roots and fifths ascending. So for C minor 7, we'll play C on the 3rd fret of the A string, and then we're going to play G on the 5th fret of the D string. And then we can play the basic pattern using those notes, which would sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. The second pattern is roots and fifths descending. So once again, we have the same C on the 3rd fret of the A string, and then we're going to go down to the 5th, and that is on the same fret, but now on the E string, 3rd fret of the E string, G down here. So a bossa pattern with those two notes would sound like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. There is a third pattern for chord symbols with a flat 5, like the D minor 7 flat 5 chord in the 2-5-1 in C minor. And that shape looks like this. If we play it on D, we'll play D on the 5th fret of the A string. And the flat 5 ascending is on the 6th fret of the D string, and that's A flat for this chord type, for this chord symbol. And then, of course, we can play that in the same way. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. The great news for us is this pattern is identical descending. So we'll play now the same D note, 5th fret of the A string. This time I recommend playing it with the middle finger or the pinky. And then the flat 5 is the same diagonal looking pattern like we had the ascending line, but we'll go down the neck to the 4th fret of the E string for the flat 5. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Once you have a grasp of the basic rhythm, it's time to break it up a bit with some fills. These fills are very simple, yet very effective. All we're going to do is move the last note of the measure onto the downbeat of beat 4. The first example of this comes in the second measure of the second chorus, that will be measure 18, and it sounds a little something like this. Let me just take it from the top of chorus 2, measure 17. 1, 2, 3, 4. This may not seem like much, but this subtle change of putting the note on beat 4 will do wonders for your bass line. Additionally, we're going to break up the continuous roots and fifths pattern with some chromatic notes on beat 4 of these fills. This creates a very smooth transition between the chords. Check out choruses 2 and 3 for some more examples of this. Use this line in your jam sessions, rehearsals, or even in your music school ensembles. This line is available to all Access members over on my Patreon page, or you can purchase it from my website, jaredplain.com. That's all for now. I hope you enjoy the line, and until the next lesson, take care.